Greetings, Sir Graham. The King is expecting you. Allow me to escort you to His Majesty's throne room.
Thank you, Sir Knight.
Raise the portcullis.
I am at your service, my king.
I am an old man, Sir Graham. Perhaps too old to carry the weight of this crown. My bones ache, and my hands tremble. I am afraid my time on earth grows short. But enough about me. Great misfortunes have befallen Daventry since the loss years ago of 3 magical treasures. I have chosen you, the finest knight in all of Daventry, to search for these lost treasures. Only then can this kingdom be restored to its former glory. And only then may I rest with the knowledge that my people are safe. The first treasure is a magic mirror that foretells the future. The second is a magical shield that protects the bearer from all mortal harm. The third and last is an enchanted chest that is forever filled with gold. I know that what I ask is difficult, nay, perhaps impossible. The dangers are many, but you are brave and pure of heart. That is why I chose you to volunteer. If you succeed, you will inherit my crown and rule the realm of Daventry as her rightful king. Go, Sir Graham, and know that the fate of Daventry lies in your hands.
Take heart, my king. I shall not fail you.
You have selected to play with dead ends enabled. The game will play exactly the same way as the EGA version of King's Quest I, Quest for the Crown. These guards protect the king's castle. These stone-faced guards must have been trained not to converse with anybody. They ignore you, Sir Graham. These scaly, slimy serpents cruise the moat searching for unwary trespassers. The castle walls are carpeted with a thick tangle of vines. The portcullis is the only entrance to the king's castle. You reconsider the wisdom of returning to King Edward without having recovered Daventry's 3. Massive turrets from which the guards can defend the castle stretch to the sky above. You're in a shady forest clearing. A large rock rests in the middle of the clearing. This rock is less distinctive than the one next to it. You see a large gray rock. With a small shove, you manage to push the rock a few feet, revealing a shallow hole underneath. There is an intricately carved dagger in the hole. You reach into the hole and grasp the dagger, being careful not to cut yourself. This is a fine silver dagger with a very sharp edge. You can't read the runes on the blade, but it appears to be an elfish dagger of great antiquity. There is an enormous oak tree growing here, its branches reaching up into the sky. Finding plenty of footholds in the coarse bark of the tree, you easily clamber up the trunk to the branches above. Up here in the tree, the main trunk is bent enough to allow you to walk carefully along its length. The leaves and branches hide the ground from view. You're too far away from the nest to see it clearly. There is a perfect, shimmering golden egg lying in the nest. You carefully lift the golden egg out of the nest. You are holding a lovely golden egg. This is one of the countless rocks and boulders that dot the countryside. You are in a clearing in the forest. You have the uneasy feeling that someone or something is watching you. The water of this crystal clear lake is especially cold and crisp. The leprechauns use it to brew their dandelion wine. Without warning, a wolf darts out of the bushes and runs straight for you. Look out! Don't let him catch you! Several unremarkable plants have rooted themselves at the base of the old stone well. You have encountered an old stone well in the middle of these woods. You have encountered an old stone well in the middle of these woods. The vines aren't strong enough to be of any use to you. There's not much to do there. The old bucket disappears into the darkness. Be careful, Graham. That blade is very sharp. You cut the rope using the dagger and take the old bucket. You are holding an empty wooden bucket. The rope disappears into the darkness. You're climbing a rope suspended inside a dark, damp well. The well water is cold and clear. There's not much. This isn't the chest you're looking for. The mirror shimmers with its own magical light. The ferocious, fire-breathing dragon is protecting the magic mirror. Green and scaly, the dragon is massive and muscular. Serrated armor stretches from its tail to its neck. His leathery wings are folded against his sides, and his webbed claws look sharp and deadly. The ferocious, fire-breathing dragon is protecting the magic mirror. Green and scaly, the dragon is massive and muscular. Serrated armor stretches from its tail to its neck. His leathery wings are folded against his sides, and his webbed claws look sharp and deadly. The ferocious, fire-breathing dragon is protecting the magic mirror. You'll have to do something about that dragon first. Be careful. Dragons are very dangerous. By venturing too close to the dragon's flame, you made an ash out of yourself. The cave is dark and very damp. This looks like typical well water. You kneel down and fill the bucket with the cool water. This old wooden bucket is now filled with clear water. Good shot! The water hits the dragon square in the face, dousing his fire. Unable to defend itself with anything more than harmless clouds of steam, the dragon rolls aside the granite boulder and slinks off in shame, leaving the mirror behind. You take the magic mirror. Congratulations! This is a large, apparently vacant cave. Damp and cool, the cave is lit only by the sunlight streaming in through the cave's entrance to the west. A few scrawny specimens of vegetation struggle to grow beside the wall of rock. The grass dies off suddenly at this point, and the ground turns to hard clay, stretching east into a dark, barren area of the forest. The goat is wandering this way and that, exploring his little pen. You're in a quiet part of the forest. There's an old rotted stump here. Next to you is an old fallen tree trunk. It's crumbling and rotted and holds no interest for you, unless you have a fascination with termites. Inside the rotting stump, you notice a small leather pouch. As you lift the pouch from the stump, you feel its contents shifting inside. When you peek inside the leather pouch, you discover it's filled with diamonds. Cautiously, you open the pouch and see many sparkling and flashing diamonds. Quickly, you close it again so as not to lose any. A small, pleasant waterfall pours into a crystal clear lake. This is a beautiful little lake.
Gentle Sir Graham, I am your fairy godmother. Your quest is indeed noble. What little aid I can offer you is this protective magic spell, effective for but a short while. I shall be watching over you, Sir Graham.
An unusual clover glistens in the middle of the patch. You pick a large four-leaf clover from the patch. This is a well-tended carrot patch. The carrots look tempting to a hungry traveler. You pluck a plump orange carrot from the ground. The clear mountain lake is surrounded by steep cliffs. There appears to be some sort of bowl sitting next to the tree. You pick up the bowl. Inscribed on the inside of this empty ceramic bowl is the word fill. You are holding a large four-leaf clover. This looks like an ordinary carrot. You choose a big, meaty-looking walnut from the bunch scattered around. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. On the beach are some smooth, round pebbles. You grab some pebbles. The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow.
We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we've had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her bed. I fear she may die soon.
The woodcutter's poor wife appears to be near death. To your astonishment, something begins to bubble up from the bottom of the bowl. Within moments, the bowl is filled with a hot, savory stew. The woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy.
Thank you, Sir Knight. We shall never forget your kindness and generosity. Please, take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks.
Ye best be careful, young Graham. The mystic protective spell of mine has weakened and departed.
This is the most marvelous house you've ever seen. It seems like it's made of a huge gingerbread cupcake with frosting for a roof. The chimney is made of gummy bricks. The door is made of chocolate. The fence is made of candy canes. And sour ball stones and gumdrops are scattered around the yard. This window doesn't open. As you begin to eat the house, a squeaky voice from somewhere says, You check to make sure that the feather is still. As you knock on the chocolate door, a squeaky voice from inside the house answers,
Who is there? I love visitors, especially young tender ones. Come in, come in.
Oh no, she's cast some kind of spell to keep you from escaping.
Oh, how nice of you to come for dinner.
The witch looks you over carefully.
You're a little too scrawny for my appetite, but I think you're going to make a lovely dessert.
The witch has turned you into a gingerbread man. Or is that a graham cracker? You pick up the bowl. You choose a big, meaty-looking walnut from the bunch scattered around. When you open the walnut, you discover the nut inside is pure gold. You grab some pebbles. The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow.
We would welcome you to our home, Sir Knight, but we've had no food for so long. My beautiful wife cannot even rise from her bed. I fear she may die soon.
The small bowl feels rather ordinary. You notice something written in it. The small bowl feels... The candy canes are firmly embedded in the ground. You cannot remove them. The path to the gingerbread house is lined with the biggest, most tempting candy canes you've ever seen. As you knock on the chocolate door, a squeaky voice from inside the house answers,
Who is there? I love visitors, especially young tender ones. Come in, come in.
Be thankful that you had a protective spell, or the witch may have stuck around to try and catch you. As the green liquid is terribly goopy, the fire must have been burning underneath it for quite some time. Sitting on the shelf is a delicious piece of Swiss cheese. You take the cheese from the cabinet.
Ye best be careful, young Graham. The mystic protective spell of mine has weakened and departed.
You see a note on the table by the bed. You grab the note from the table. There is a message written on the note. Sometimes it is wise to think backwards. This is an extremely fragrant piece of Swiss cheese. In contrast to its delightful exterior, the inside of the gingerbread house looks dark and ominous. The witch's bed looks hard and uncomfortable. Off in the distance, you hear a high, squeaky voice.
I can smell someone tasty in my house. I'm going to get my cauldron ready to cook someone for dinner. Yum. After I get the cauldron nice and hot, I'll be ready to have someone for dinner.
With a mighty shove, you courageously push the wicked witch into the pot. Her wild screams are suddenly cut off as she melts away into the oily green slime. Congratulations! The woodcutter speaks to you, his voice broken with sorrow.
Oh, Sir Knight, you have returned. But I fear that my wife grows weaker still for lack of food.
The small bowl feels rather ordinary. You notice something written in it. Inscribed on the inside of this empty ceramic bowl is the word fill. To your astonishment, something begins to bubble up from the bottom of the bowl. Within moments, the bowl is filled with a hot, savory stew. The woodcutter is overwhelmed with joy.
Thank you. Thank you, Sir Knight. We shall never forget your kindness and generosity. Please, take my fiddle as a small token of our thanks.
The woodcutter's most treasured possession, a fine old fiddle, lies on the table. The woodcutter's wife is in the bed, sitting up and eating hearty stew by the spoonful. This is the woodcutter's old fiddle. You've already picked the only walnut worth getting, though you The river flows swiftly through this area of the forest. This is a well-tended carrot patch. The carrots look tempting to a hungry traveler. You pluck a plump orange carrot from the ground. This looks like an ordinary carrot. An unusual clover glistens in the middle of the patch. You pick a large four-leaf clover from the patch. You are holding a large four-leaf clover.
Dost thou truly wish to cease our adventuring?